King Said So YouTube channel, covering sports from around the world. Car reviews, all you need to know about the cars. Trending news and hot topics. Monthly motivational talks. Follow me on my social media handles. See you soon.
Good day, guys. It's your boy King053, Mr. Easy Money, and thank you guys for tuning in on my channel. King Said So. It means a lot. Guys, I want to touch on this topic of Pitbull mauling people to death, and the response from Pitbull owners, the response from the families that have been affected from this, the outcry from community members, and how our government is responding to this issue. And I have a 2-year-old, and I'm staying in Kimberley North, which is mostly colored people that stay here. And colored people they're the ones who like Pitbulls, at least where I'm from. I'm in Kimberley North. A lot of coloreds, they like Pitbulls. Apparently, it's a good guard dog. It's a strong dog, and apparently, if you raise it properly, it's a sweet dog, and which is it's contradicting itself, because most pitbull attacks happened where the pitbull left its own yard. In Bloemfontein, the most famous one was when the Bloemfontein, the dog jumped the fence and went and killed, I think, a 5-year-old from next door. And if you are human in any shape or form, whether you have or don't have a child, I mean, you can just imagine what that grandmother went through looking at that dog when it I don't even want to do the actions of that dog pulling and ragdolling that child next to the garage, and the blood that was there. And then you, as a parent, you receive a call, you are at work, you are somewhere, to say no, the dog ntja e lumile ngwana, ntja e bolaile ngwana. I can't, in my heart and my mind, I cannot imagine what those parents went through. I don't want to lie. And obviously the government will react slowly, because it's not their children. But my issue is how people owners were responding, and they were saying, blame the owner, because if you raise that dog properly, if you train it, and it's not going to do these things. And then we had an influx of videos, Pitbull attacking their own owners, Pitbull attacking family members, Pitbull not taking instructions, Pitbull killing other dogs. Pitbull, and don't get me wrong, Pitbull is not the most vicious dog. There's other dogs that can kill a Pitbull easily, but in South Africa we have an issue where the Pitbull was taking headlines every other week, up to today, which is what is today? Is it the 9th? Yes, I think it's the 9th of January. There's a story that one Zambian player, Chipolopolo, got killed by his pitbulls. They killed him. His own pitbulls killed him. So when things like that happen, and you look at how many countries have banned pitbulls, and you ask yourself how many countries have banned pitbulls. If you look at that list, in 1991, Singapore was the first country to ban pitbulls. In 1991, pitbulls were not allowed at homes, and they were banned from the entire country in Singapore. In 1993, the Netherlands then also followed, by banning pit bulls, a complete ban of pit bulls. No pit bull, not in the house, not in the police force, nowhere. In Poland, they then followed in 1997 the law about the pit bulls, and they said you're not having a pit bull anymore. Then France followed in the year 2000, a complete ban of pit bulls. Germany followed in the year 2001, a complete ban of pit bulls. Puerto Rico also followed in 2001. The New Zealand in 2003, Italy in 2004, Australia in 2009, Ecuador in 2009 also, Denmark in 2010, when we were busy having the World Cup here, Denmark said no more pit bulls. Venezuela in 2014. I think that's the last country to do ban. And those bans were as a result of many pit bulls attack in their countries. And remember, people are experimenting with pit bulls. They are mixed breeding them, mixing this breed with that breed, and that is making them more vicious. So I don't understand the reasoning where pit bull owners are so unsympathetic to the loss of life. There was a lady, I think, in KZN that was going to work, walking on the street. Two pit bulls jumped the fence and killed her. I think the government must take South African life serious. So it just goes to show, if a South African gets killed in another country, there's nothing that South Africa is going to do. You know, like USA did with there was I think a female basketball player that was arrested in Russia. They were fighting left and right to get that girl out, to the point where they exchanged a Russian prisoner who was in the US. They exchanged with that girl so that she can come back home. I think a year later or something like that. So the government does not care. And South Africa is always divided in terms of how much that whatever they have impacts them. There is a pit bull in my street, and behind a big gate and a big wall. And when you're passing, that pit bull will be barking. There's a small space where you can see the dog, and it will be barking and head batting the gate, but barking like nobody's business. Just a vicious dog. And I'm thinking to myself, yes, it might get to my child. What must I do? Must I poison that dog? Put something on a chicken drumstick and throw it there so that that dog can die. And again, you don't want to do that. I never did that. I'll never do something like that, because I'm not cut from that cloth. But I'm just thinking to myself, what would happen if that dog attacked my children? My boys are always playing. My boy is 8 years old, turning 9, always playing soccer in front of the yard. That house is two houses away from my house. What are you gonna do? The government is waiting for more people to die. If we count in South Africa how many people have been killed by pit bull, I think the number must have passed the 100 now. In the other years where it was still quiet, it was one pit bull attack here and there. The number must be 100. The stats are not completely available, and you can't trust statistics when it comes to South Africa. But again, let's just have a heart. If you have a pit bull, please comment. But I know already your comment will be, if you train it properly, it will not attack people. But then who trained the pit bull to jump a fence? Nobody. No owner is training a pit bull to jump a fence and go kill a defenseless child. I don't want to be speaking about this thing about pit bull again. I hope God has mercy upon our land, because I know the devil, when he finds a spirit that he can capitalizes on, he use it, and he's finishing children, women, and men left and right with this Pitbull story. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I just wanted to share my thoughts, because silence is a but silence speaks also. So if we don't cover some of these stories, it's like we don't care. So I like to cover that story and get it out of the way, because today I just saw on my Facebook that someone, a Zambian player, was killed by his pit bulls. One was hanging on his throat and refusing to let go. Peed himself, and he died right there on the spot in his own house. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Up to the next one, King.